So another reason why I like co-ops is because I do think they have a potential to make change in a variety of ways. And let me start out by saying I think, and I'm happy with small changes. I don't have to, everything doesn't have to be a huge, large change. So one of the things co-ops does is they do small changes within the people who become members of a co-op, but then the other thing that's nice about them is those small changes can then, again, have ripple effects and can create bigger and bigger changes. So actually my ideal, if you want to know my sort of utopia, is this progression, right? That if we start small, start supporting even 1, 2, 3 co-ops in an area, that you can get a rippling effect and you can create movement change. Co-ops are learning organizations because, again, in order to run a company as a collective, people have to learn, participate, learn, relearn, right? So you already have a learning atmosphere. People are going to learn. People are going to do better. When they do better, there's spillover and multipliers that then allow the people next to them. So if your co-op, say it's a food co-op, right? You're hiring some people. You're giving people access to affordable food. So the people who are buying the affordable, high-quality food might be saving a little money, or their health might be better. So then they can go on and do something else, either with their money or their health being better. They can go on and do more things or get a better job. The people that you hired in the co-op now have money in their pockets. They can spend it on, they can put it in a credit union, spend it on housing, start a housing co-op. The co-op itself can buy from local farmers, buy from local producers and help them, so then those local farmers can stay in business, the local producers can then, so that's what we mean by the multiplier effect, right? So that's the first thing. You can multiply the stability in the community. Because you're concerned about ecological stuff, you can maybe help or fix or do better ecologically. A lot of co-ops try to have a zero carbon footprint. They try to buy and use recycled materials and recycle, so there's a bunch of ways that can start multiplying as more and more people do it. You can then start having more co-ops that service and feed each other. So you can create this whole system where the co-op only procures things from another co-op or another kind of solidarity. So you can build up that way. At the same time, another example would be even cooperative home care associates that you guys visited. One of the things they also did was got involved with policy changes in Medicare, which is the federal health program. Why did they do that? Because as home care providers, the only way that they could give living wages to their members and quality home care services, which is their motto, right? Quality home care through quality jobs, was to make sure that the medical insurance paid home care people enough money so that their salaries would be competitive, even if they were still giving their home care people a little bit more. If the whole industry, the wages went up, then their wages would still be competitive, right? So what did they do? They actually started going to hearings. They started forming coalitions with other home care providers. They got the state to actually change the Medicare allocation for home care workers, so that raised the income for everybody. So then when they raised their incomes, they were still competitive. So again, they changed a law that actually changed the whole industry, not just for their people. So again, that's another way you can start having ripple effects. You could start getting more and more people who are involved in co-ops, as I said, get used to financial transparency and how to read right? They could actually start then to ask for financial transparency in their municipality and in their state. They could actually start participating in participatory budget programs, right? Which would then change how municipalities and states decide on budget and allocate money, right? They could even get more money allocated to co-op sector. So you see how it could start rippling, so you could get a lot of changes. I do think that realistically, in the short term, co-ops are still going to be coinciding with capitalist corporations, But in the middle and the long run, I think we might be able to start replacing capitalist organizations, especially as more and more people see how co-ops go, get excited about them. One of the things in the worker co-op movement we're talking about now is succession planning. There's a lot of baby boomers in the U.S. who are sole proprietors, who not necessarily have children to give their business to or children who want their business. They could sell their business to the employees and create a worker co-op. And we do have federal law which actually gives them a tax break for doing that. So we already have a lever there. So if a whole bunch of baby boomers start converting their sole proprietorships to worker co-ops, that would also be a whole big movement change. And you could see it happen because a lot of the worker co-ops that are successful are actually ones that have been converted from an already successful business. So that's sort of the vision, right? So you can see you could stay sort of under the radar and it would be okay, but it seems to me like if we could get momentum going and actually get movement building and real change happening.